You are permitted to stop managing everything for a while. You do not need to solve the next week before this day is finished. You do not need to keep every person steady, every plan safe, every answer ready, and every possible problem under watch. You do not need to prove your care by staying tense. You do not need to earn peace by completing one more thought. For these next moments, nothing is asking you to be the one who holds every loose end together. You may be here without fixing. You may breathe without preparing. You may rest inside this moment without checking what might happen after it. There is no prize for staying worried longer. There is no hidden duty that says you must keep your mind busy in order to keep your life from falling apart. You have done enough watching. You have done enough planning. You have done enough reaching ahead. Now you can return to the part of you that has been waiting beneath all that effort, the part that does not need another answer, only a little room. Your mind may still be moving. That is not a failure. Thoughts may still arrive with their papers, their reminders, their old scenes, their unfinished talks, their small alarms. One may tell you to check something again. Another may ask you to prepare for a moment that has not come. Another may bring back a sentence someone said days ago and ask you to study it from every side. You do not have to fight any of this. You do not have to force quiet into place. The mind often keeps working after the work is over. It often keeps guarding after the danger has passed. It often keeps looking for a way to protect you, even when protection is no longer needed in the same form. So you can meet your thoughts without fear. You can hear them without following every one. You can know they are present without making them your next assignment. There are so many ways in which a person learns to hold on without even knowing it. You may open your phone with no real reason, only to see whether a message has changed the air around you. You may look again at a conversation you already read, hoping one word will now mean something safer. You may keep checking a number, a date, a face, a tone, a small sign. You may ask yourself whether you sounded wrong, whether you gave too much, whether you said too little, whether someone is pulling away, whether you should act now before the chance is gone. Your body may be sitting in a quiet room while your thoughts are still trying to prevent 10 different futures. This can feel like responsibility. It can feel like wisdom. It can feel like being prepared. Yet under it, there is often a tired wish. If I think about everything enough, nothing will surprise me. You may know the habit of replaying. A moment ends, but inside you, it starts again. You see the look on someone's face. You hear the pause before their reply. You remember your own words and change them in your mind. You build a better answer after the need for it is gone. You imagine what they may have thought. You imagine what you should have known. You return to the same few seconds as if one more visit could finally make them safe. Sometimes the mind does this with pain from years ago. Sometimes it does it with something that happened this morning. Time does not always matter to the part of you that still feels responsible for changing what has already been lived. That part may believe that enough thought can reach backward. It may believe that enough self-blame can prevent another wound. It may believe that if you stay alert, you will never again be caught unprepared. You may also manage people in quiet ways, not because you want to control them, but because their moods affect your sense of safety. You may listen closely for a change in their voice. You may try to keep them pleased. You may soften your own needs before anyone asks. You may explain too much so no one misunderstands you. You may say yes before you have checked what the yes will cost. You may watch for signs of anger, distance, disappointment, or silence. You may try to repair a feeling that is not yours to repair. You may take responsibility for whether another person has a good day. You may shape your words around their comfort and leave your own truth waiting. By the end of the day, you may not even know what you feel because you have been so busy reading everyone else. Sometimes the holding looks like constant preparation. You make plans for the plans. You prepare answers to questions no one has asked. You arrive early in your mind to events that are still far away. You imagine what could go wrong, then create another plan for each imagined problem. You may call this being careful. In many ways, it has helped you. It may have kept you steady in times when things around you were not steady. It may have helped you become capable, dependable, and strong. But strength can become a habit that does not know when the hard moment is over. Care can become strain. Readiness can become a body that never receives the message that it is safe enough to soften. You may carry tomorrow into every hour of today. While eating, you think about the next task. While speaking with someone, you think about what must happen after the talk. While resting, you count what is not finished. While lying still, you rehearse the morning. A part of you may believe that thinking ahead is the only way to stay on top of life. Yet you are not on top of life. You are inside it. You are living one breath, one choice, one moment at a time, even when your thoughts rush far beyond where your feet are. The future does not become more secure because you visit it 100 times in your head. It only takes more of your present attention. It asks your body to react to events that are not here. It asks your heart to work on days that have not arrived. There may be a certain kind of checking that no one else sees. You check how you feel, then check whether the feeling has changed. You check whether you are calm enough. You check whether you are healing fast enough. You check whether you are doing this inner work correctly. You may turn peace itself into another task. You may ask, why am I still thinking about this? Why am I not over it? Why do I still care? Why does this still hurt? Then the first feeling is joined by a second one, the pressure to stop having the first. Soon you are not only sad, uncertain, or tired. You are also judging yourself for being sad, uncertain, or tired. This is how strain grows quietly. It is not always caused by what you feel. Sometimes it grows from the demand that you should feel something else by now. You may keep mental records. Who called, who did not, who showed care, who failed to show it, what you gave, what came back, what you were promised, what changed without warning. The mind can become very exact when the heart has been disappointed. It can remember every detail because details seem to offer protection. If you can name exactly what happened, you may feel less likely to be hurt in the same way. If you can study every pattern, you may believe you can prevent another loss. Yet some records do not bring clarity. They only keep the old feeling close. They keep the body waiting for another sign. They make each new moment answer for an old one. You may also hold yourself to rules that no one has spoken aloud. I must be useful. I must not need too much. I must stay strong. I must not disappoint them. I must have an answer. I must not change my mind. I must keep going. I must be grateful even when I am tired. I must be calm even when something matters deeply. I must make this work. I must not waste the chance. I must not fall behind. These rules can become so familiar that they stop sounding like rules. They begin to sound like truth. They shape your day before you have chosen anything. They tell your body to tighten before a problem is present. Hey, tell you that worth is something you must keep proving through effort. There are moments when you may sit down, but do not truly stop. Your hands become still, yet your jaw remains set. Your shoulders stay raised. Your stomach stays firm. Your eyes keep searching. Your breath stays high and small. The room may be quiet, but inside you, the work continues. You review, you compare, you predict, you prepare, you defend, you explain. You try to finish conversations that are not happening. You try to make people understand you in scenes that exist only in thought. You try to find the one perfect action that will remove uncertainty. You may not call this holding. You may call it thinking. But the body knows the difference between a thought that passes and a thought you are gripping with all your strength. You may fear that if you loosen your hold, something important will be missed. A bill may be forgotten. A person may leave. An opportunity may close. A problem may grow. Someone may think less of you. You may make the wrong choice. You may not be ready in time. These fears can sound very reasonable. Some responsibilities are real. Some choices do matter. Some situations need action, boundaries, planning, support, or clear help. Peace does not ask you to become careless. It does not ask you to ignore facts. It does not ask you to stay where you are unsafe. It does not ask you to pretend that every problem will solve itself. What it asks is more honest. Can you do what is yours without taking on what is not yours? Can you care without making tension your proof of care? This is where the mind often becomes confused. It has learned to connect worry with love. If you worry about someone, you care. If you stay awake thinking, you are devoted. If you keep checking, you are responsible. If you imagine every danger, you are protecting what matters. If you blame yourself, you are taking the situation seriously. But worry and care are not the same. Care can make a phone call, keep a promise, set a limit, ask a hard question, make an appointment, seek advice, or take the next useful step. Worry repeats the same step inside the mind and calls the repetition progress. Care acts where action is possible. Worry keeps working where there is no action to take. You may have spent years becoming the person others depend on. You learned to think ahead because someone had to. You learned to read a room because it helped you stay safe. You learned to make yourself smaller because another person's anger felt dangerous. You learned to prepare for disappointment because hope once left you unprotected. You learned to stay busy because stillness brought up feelings you did not know how to hold. You learned to be the calm one, the capable one, the one who did not fall apart. These ways were not foolish. They were intelligent answers to the life you knew at the time. They helped you survive moments you did not choose. They helped you keep going when you did not, yet have the support, language, or freedom you needed. So there is no shame in the grip. There is no shame in the part of you that keeps watching. There is no shame in the thought that returns again and again. There is no shame in wanting certainty. There is no shame in finding it hard to rest. A habit that began as protection does not disappear because you call it bad. It changes when it learns that another way is possible. It changes when it receives patience instead of judgment. It changes when you stop treating it like an enemy and begin to hear what it has been trying to do for you. The busy mind is often not trying to ruin your peace. It is trying in an old way to keep you from pain. You might feel this as a small inner voice that says, "Stay ready. Do not relax yet. Something could happen. Do not be too happy. Do not trust the quiet. Check once more. Think once more. Prepare once more." This voice may have helped you through times when quiet did not last. It may have learned that good moments were followed by sudden change. It may have learned that people could say one thing and do another. It may have learned that safety depended on watching closely. If this is true for you, then calm may not feel natural at first. It may even feel unsafe. The body can become used to effort. It can mistake tension for awareness and peace for a loss of control. That is why you do not need to force yourself into a new state. Force would only repeat the old lesson that you must push harder to be okay. You can begin with something smaller. You can admit that you are tired of carrying every thought to its farthest ending. You can admit that checking has not given you the certainty it promised. You can admit that some questions have no useful answer today. You can admit that your body has been working beyond its hours. You can admit that there are parts of life you cannot manage through thought alone. This is not weakness, it is clear sight. It is the beginning of a kinder kind of strength. There may be real pain underneath the thinking, grief, fear, a change you did not want, a relationship that left you unsure, a family burden, a choice with no perfect answer, a season of money stress, a health concern, a memory that keeps returning. These things deserve care. Some burdens need more than affirmations or quiet reflection. They may need a trusted person, a trained professional, medical care, legal support, financial guidance, or help that protects your safety. Reaching for real-world support is not a failure of inner strength. It is one form of wisdom. You are not asked to handle serious harm alone. You are not asked to use positive words to cover what needs direct attention. At the same time, even while you take wise action, there is a part of the strain that action cannot solve. It is the part that demands a guarantee before you breathe. It is the part that says you must know the final outcome before you can rest for 1 hour. It is the peak art that tries to live every possible ending in advance. This part can stay busy even after you have done everything available to you. It keeps asking, what else? What if? What did I miss? How can I be sure? And because complete certainty is rarely available, the work never ends. There is always one more angle, one more fear, one more imagined scene. You may have mistaken this endless effort for loyalty to your life. You may have believed that if you stopped thinking, you would stop caring. If you stopped watching, you would become careless. If you stopped preparing, you would lose your strength. But your care is deeper than your tension. Your wisdom is deeper than your fear. Your love is deeper than your need to predict. These qualities do not disappear when your body softens. They become clearer. A settled mind can still act. A rested person can still make strong choices. A quiet moment does not cancel responsibility. It gives responsibility a cleaner place to stand. Think of the last time you solved something well. It may not have happened during the loudest hour in your mind. The answer may have come after sleep, after space, after speaking with someone, after stepping away, after the body stopped pushing. This does not mean every answer appears with ease. It means strain is not the only form of intelligence. Your mind has more than one way of knowing. It can reason, but it can also pause. It can plan, but it can also wait for more information. It can act, but it can also say, not yet. It can understand that a question may be real, even when the answer is not ready. There is dignity in saying, I do not know yet. There is dignity in refusing to punish yourself for not seeing around every corner. There is dignity in doing the next clear thing, and leaving the rest unforced. You do not become less capable when you stop demanding impossible knowledge from yourself. You become honest about what is yours. You become more available to the moment that actually needs you. You stop spending your strength on scenes that may never arrive. You stop making your body live inside every fear your mind can create. For now, you do not need to change the whole habit. You do not need to become a different person before this section ends. You do not need to reach perfect calm. You only need to see the holding with compassion. See the phone in your hand. See the old conversation returning. See the shoulders that rise before a message is opened. See the quick answer you give before checking your own heart. See the planning that continues after the useful plan is complete. See the rule that says you must keep everyone pleased. See the part that fears rest will make you unprepared. None of this makes you broken. It shows how hard you have worked to feel safe. And now another truth can begin to sit beside the old one. You can be responsible without staying tense. You can love without watching every movement. You can plan without living in tomorrow. You can remember without reopening every wound. You can learn without keeping yourself on trial. You can ask for help without losing your strength. You can set a boundary without becoming cold. You can rest before everything is settled. You can take one useful action and refuse the 100 imagined actions that follow it. The part of you that has been holding may not believe this yet. It may ask for proof. It may say, "Show me that nothing bad will happen. Show me that no one will leave. Show me that I will not regret this. Show me that I will be ready." You cannot give it those promises. No honest voice can. But you can offer something more real. You can promise that you will listen to yourself. You can promise that you will seek help when help is needed. You can promise that you will not call harm love. You can promise that you will not abandon your own needs to keep another person comfortable. You can promise that one uncertain moment does not require a full day of fear. This is how the new way begins. Not with a demand, not with a perfect silence, not with a dramatic change. It begins with permission. Permission to stop adding thought to thought. Permission to leave one question unanswered until more is known. Permission to finish the useful task and not keep working on it in your body. Permission to care for what is real and step back from what is imagined. Permission to be human inside a life that cannot always be predicted. You have been asking your mind to do more than any mind can do. You have asked it to prevent loss, control timing, read other people, guarantee outcomes, correct the past, secure the future, and keep you from ever feeling pain again. It has tried. It has worked late. It has repeated itself. It has built plans inside plans. It has searched for certainty in places where certainty does not live. No wonder it is tired. You do not need to scold it for being tired. You can begin by saying, "I see how hard you have worked. I see why you kept watch. I see what you were trying to protect. I am not taking safety away from you. I am learning a safer way to be with uncertainty. I am learning that not every thought needs a response. I am learning that care can be calm. I am learning that action can end when the action is done. For these moments, let the next breath be enough. Not as a cure, not as a test, not as a way to force anything away. Let it be only one breath that you do not ask to solve your life. Let your hands be where they are. Let your face be as it is. Let the room remain ordinary. You are not required to create a special feeling. You are only being invited to stop adding pressure to the feeling already here. You are still responsible for your life. You are still free to act. You are still able to choose. Nothing true is being taken from you. Only the extra demand is beginning to loosen. The demand to know everything now, manage everyone well, prepare for every turn, and hold the whole day inside your mind. You have carried that demand for a long time. For now, it is enough to know that you do not have to carry it in the same way forever. A habit does not soften because you order it to disappear. It softens when the part of you that formed it understands that the present is not the past. It softens when you stop speaking to yourself with the same pressure that created the strain. It softens when your body begins to learn through small and repeated moments that being alert is not the only way to be safe. This learning may take time. There is nothing wrong with that. You are not late. You are not failing because one peaceful thought does not erase years of preparation. You are meeting an old pattern with a new kind of care, and care does not need to rush. There were reasons you learned to hold so tightly. There may have been a time when things changed without warning. You may have learned that a calm day could turn difficult in a few seconds. You may have watched people become distant, angry, cold, or unpredictable. You may have found that your needs were welcomed one day and treated as a burden the next. You may have received praise for being easy, quiet, helpful, or strong. You may have discovered that the safest way to move through the room was to study everyone else before listening to yourself. So you became skilled at reading small changes. You heard what was hidden beneath words. You saw the expression that changed before the voice did. You felt distance before anyone named it. You learned how to answer in a way that reduced conflict. You learned how to step in before a problem grew. You learned how to keep your own feelings contained until there was a safer time to have them. Often that safer time never came. The feelings remained inside while the skill of managing grew stronger. No one may have told you that you were doing this. It may have looked like maturity. It may have looked like kindness. It may have looked like being unusually responsible. People may have admired how much you could handle. They may have depended on you because you rarely asked them to carry anything for you. You may have become known as the person who could remain composed, find an answer, keep moving, and make things work. There is value in those abilities. You do not need to reject them. You do not need to become careless or helpless in order to become peaceful. You can keep your clear thinking, your practical nature, and your willingness to act. What can change is the belief that these abilities must remain active at every moment. You can be capable without being on duty inside yourself all day. You can respond when something needs you without searching for problems during the hours when nothing is asking for an answer. The old habit may tell you that constant readiness is what makes you strong, yet constant readiness is exhausting. It does not always protect you from pain. Sometimes it only causes you to experience the fear of pain many times before anything has occurred. You may worry about a conversation for days, have the conversation once, and then worry about it afterward. The event happens one time. The mind makes you live it again and again. This is not because you are weak. It is because the mind learns through repetition. Each time you answer uncertainty with more checking, the mind receives the message that checking kept you safe. Each time you replay a scene until you are tired, the mind may believe the replay was necessary. Each time you ignore your need for rest in order to stay prepared, the body may understand preparation as the price of survival. You can begin sending another message. You can answer one thought and leave the next one unanswered. You can check once instead of 5 times. You can make a plan and decide that the plan is complete for today. You can wait before replying. You can ask yourself what you need before arranging yourself around someone else. These are small changes, but small changes are how the body learns. A promise made in one dramatic moment may be forgotten. A quiet act repeated often becomes believable. You do not need to prove that you are completely free of fear. You only need to show yourself that fear does not make every decision. Fear may speak, and you may still wait. Fear may suggest the worst ending, and you may still remain with the facts that are present. Fear may tell you that you are about to lose control, and you may choose one calm action instead of 10 hurried ones. This is not denial. Denial refuses to see what is happening. Peace looks clearly and does not add what is not there. Denial says there is no problem when there is one. Peace says there is a problem, and I will meet the part of it that belongs to this moment. Denial avoids needed help. Peace can ask for support. Denial stays silent when a boundary is required. Peace can speak firmly without spending the whole night rehearsing the speech. There are times when your fear is giving useful information. A repeated pattern may need your attention. A situation may truly be unsafe. A person's behavior may require distance. Your body may be telling you that you have ignored an important need. A problem may need professional care, practical advice, or immediate action. Becoming calmer does not mean dismissing these signs. It means responding to them with clarity rather than remaining trapped in endless inner alarm. You are permitted to protect yourself. You are permitted to leave what harms you. You are permitted to seek help. You are permitted to change your mind after learning something new. You are permitted to say that something is not acceptable. You are permitted to stop carrying a relationship that requires you to disappear. You are permitted to value peace without using peace as an excuse to tolerate pain. Your safety matters. Your well-being matters. Your honest experience matters. The work of becoming less controlling is never the work of becoming easier for harmful people to control. It is never the work of silencing your instincts. It is the work of separating true responsibility from the exhausting belief that you must manage every outcome. It is the work of knowing where your choice ends and another person's choice begins. You can choose your words. You cannot choose how another person receives them. You can offer love. You cannot make someone ready to accept it. You can explain your truth. You cannot force understanding. You can prepare carefully. You cannot remove every surprise. You can make a wise decision with the information available. You cannot know everything that will become clear later. This boundary may feel uncomfortable at first. The mind wants to continue beyond it. It says that if you explain again, plan more, wait longer, give more, or think harder, you may finally control the other side. Yet the other side belongs to life, time, circumstance, and the choices of other people. Your effort has power, but it does not have unlimited power. This truth is not meant to make you feel small. It is meant to free you from a task no human being can complete. You have probably seen this truth many times. You may have done everything you could and still received an answer you did not want. You may have given your best and watched someone misunderstand you. You may have planned well and met a change you could not predict. You may also have feared an outcome that never came. You may have spent hours preparing for rejection and then received kindness. You may have assumed a delay meant failure, only to learn that something useful was still developing. Life has shown you that thought is not the same as prophecy. The mind can create a convincing future, but conviction does not make the picture true. A fear can feel certain and still be wrong. A delay can feel final and still be temporary. Silence can feel like rejection and still have another cause. A mistake can feel like the end and still become one part of a longer lesson. You do not need to believe every strong feeling. You can honor the feeling without giving it authority over the future. You can say, "This fear is here, but it does not know everything." You can say, "This uncertainty is uncomfortable, but discomfort does not mean danger." You can say, "I wish I had an answer, and I can wait until the answer is real." Waiting may have been difficult for you because waiting removes the actions that made you feel protected. When there is nothing useful to do, you may invent more thinking. You may search for signs. You may ask several people the same question. You may change a decision, then change it back. You may return to an old message and search for a meaning you missed. This is the mind trying to turn waiting into work. Sometimes the kindest choice is to let waiting remain waiting. You have sent the message. You have made the request. You have attended the appointment. You have completed the application. You have spoken honestly. You have taken the practical step. Now the next part is not in your hands yet. This space can feel empty. It can also become a place where your strength returns. You do not need to fill every uncertain hour with worry. You can live while something is unresolved. You can eat a meal. You can speak with someone you love. You can complete another task. You can look after your body. You can laugh without betraying the serious thing you are waiting to know. You can experience a good moment even while one part of your life remains unclear. Some people feel guilty when they stop worrying. They believe that calm means they are no longer taking the problem seriously. They believe that if they enjoy anything, they are forgetting what matters. They believe that worry keeps them connected to the person, hope, or outcome they care about. Yet your care does not disappear when your mind becomes quiet. You do not honor difficulty by creating more suffering inside yourself. You can care and still eat. You can care and still rest. You can care and still smile. You can care and still place your attention on something else for an hour. The heart does not require constant pain as evidence of love. You may need to hear this more than once because the opposite message can be deeply rooted. You may have watched people prove devotion through sacrifice. You may have been praised for putting yourself last. You may have learned that a good person never stops giving, never says no, never becomes tired, and never needs help. These beliefs can sound noble while slowly emptying a person. Real care includes the one who is caring. A relationship that matters must have room for your truth. A responsibility that matters must still be carried by a human body with limits. A promise that matters does not require you to destroy your health in order to keep it. You are not an endless source of attention, labor, patience, or emotional strength. You are a living person. You need time, food, sleep, quiet, respect, and support. Your limits are not evidence that you have failed. They are information. Tiredness is information. Resentment is information. The need for space is information. The wish to be helped is information. You do not need to judge these messages. You can listen. You can ask what has been carried for too long. You can ask which expectation was never truly yours. You can ask whether the strong version of you has received the same care that you offer everyone else. There may be sadness in recognizing this. You may see how many times you abandoned yourself in order to prevent another person from leaving. You may remember the needs you hid. You may remember the apologies you gave for feelings that were reasonable. You may see how long you waited for someone to become able to give what they repeatedly showed they could not give. Do not use this understanding to hurt yourself again. You did what you knew how to do. You chose from the beliefs, fears, hopes, and resources you had then. The person you were needed kindness. The person you are now needs it too. Growth does not require you to look backward with contempt. You can learn without attacking the one who had not yet learned. You are becoming more honest about the cost of caring too much. This honesty creates choice. Before, the pattern may have moved so quickly that it felt automatic. Someone became upset, and you rushed to fix it. A message was delayed, and you assumed the worst. A plan changed, and your body prepared for disaster. A memory appeared, and you spent the next hour inside it. Now there can be a little space. Someone is upset. You can ask whether the feeling belongs to you. A message is delayed. You can remember that you do not know why. A plan changes. You can deal with the actual change before imagining 10 more. A memory appears. You can acknowledge it without holding a trial inside your mind. The space between what happens and what you do next is where freedom grows. It may be only a few seconds at first. That is enough. In those seconds, the old response is no longer the only response available. You may still choose to speak. You may still choose to act quickly. You may still decide that something needs immediate attention. The difference is that you are choosing from the present instead of being pushed by the past. This is how protection becomes wisdom. Old protection says, never relax. Wisdom says, pay attention when attention is needed. Old protection says, please everyone. Wisdom says, treat people with care and include yourself in that care. Old protection says, prepare for every disaster. Wisdom says, prepare for what is reasonably possible and meet the rest if it comes. Old protection says, do not depend on anyone. Wisdom says, choose support carefully and do not carry alone what can be shared safely. Old protection says, never make a mistake. Wisdom says, make the best choice you can and correct your course when necessary. There is so much that your mind does not supervise, even inside your own body. Your heart continues its work without a spoken instruction from you. Your lungs receive the next breath during moments when you are thinking about something entirely different. Your body restores energy while you sleep. A cut begins its own repair before you have formed a thought about healing it. Your eyes adjust to changing light. Your ears continue receiving sound. Your body manages thousands of small processes that you could never direct one by one. You participate in caring for your body. You eat, rest, move, seek treatment, take medicine when prescribed, and respond when something needs attention. Yet you do not personally command every interaction. Much is happening without your supervision. Life within you is not waiting for your mind to approve each step. This does not mean the body never needs help. It does. It does not mean every condition resolves on its own. It does not. It means that support and natural process often work together. You take the wise action available, and then something continues beyond your conscious effort. The same is true in ordinary life. You place a seed in the ground, but you do not personally form each part of its growth. You prepare food, but you do not command every stage by which the body uses it. You speak words to another person, but you do not enter their mind and arrange the meaning. You complete your part of a task, and other people Systems, time, and events contribute to what happens next. Your life has never been created by your effort alone. This may be hard to accept because your effort has mattered so much. It has brought you through difficult days. It has built skills. It has solved problems. It has protected what you value. Honor that effort. Do not erase it, but see the whole truth as well. Help has reached you. Timing has affected you. Other people have contributed. Your body has carried you. Events have moved without your direction. Information has arrived when you needed it. Some difficulties passed without the ending you feared. You have already lived through many hours you once worried about. There were mornings you did not know how you would manage, and the day still moved. There were decisions that felt impossible, and one choice eventually became clear enough. There were losses you believed would end your ability to continue, and you continued, even if slowly. There were problems that did not resolve in the way you wanted, yet you found new ways to live beside what changed. You may not give yourself credit for this because survival often looks ordinary from the inside. You got up. You answered what needed answering. You asked for help or wished you had. You learned. You adjusted. You endured uncertainty. You made it to another day. Not every part was graceful. It did not need to be. You were never required to move through pain beautifully. You only needed to remain in relationship with your life, one moment at a time. You have evidence that you can meet what comes. This evidence is more reliable than the mind's demand to prevent everything. You do not need to know every future event in order to know that you have responded to unexpected events before. You do not need a promise that nothing difficult will happen. You can remember that difficulty does not erase your ability to seek support, learn, choose, and begin again. Some of the strength you need will appear only when the moment arrives. You cannot feel tomorrow's courage today because tomorrow has not asked for it yet. You cannot know every answer in advance because some answers depend on information you have not received. You cannot practice every conversation before another person speaks. You cannot decide what you will do with facts that are not yet known. This is not a weakness in your planning. It is the nature of being alive. The mind may call this lack of control frightening. Another part of you can begin to call it unfinished information. You are not always in anger. Sometimes you are merely waiting to know more. You can make room for that difference. You can say, I do not have enough information to decide this today. You can say, I have done what is available to me. You can say the next step has not appeared. You can say, I will not punish myself while I wait. Your life does not stop because one answer is missing. There are still sounds around you. There is still air entering the body. There may be sunlight, shadow, rain, warmth, cold, movement, or quiet. There are still small choices that belong to this hour. You can return to them. Not because the larger question does not matter, but because this moment matters too. You have often given the future more attention than the present. You may have done this to protect the future. Yet the future is built from present moments. When every present moment is used only to worry about what is next, the life you are trying to protect becomes difficult to experience. You can be here without having finished everything. You can be here while someone is still deciding. You can be here while a plan remains uncertain. You can be here while healing continues. You can be here without demanding that this moment explain the whole path ahead. This is not passivity. It is a form of cooperation with reality. Reality says that this is what is known now. Fear says you must know more. Reality says that this action is available now. Fear says you must control the result. Reality says that another person has their own mind. Fear says you must manage their response. Reality says that you are tired. Fear says stopping will make everything worse. You can begin choosing reality. The choice may feel less powerful because it does not offer the excitement of imagined certainty. It offers something quieter. It offers the next true step. It offers a body that does not need to respond to 20 unreal events. It offers the chance to keep some of your strength for what is actually happening. There is already movement in your life that does not depend on worry. Time continues. Your body continues. Other people continue making their choices. Problems continue changing as new information appears. Some answers are being formed through processes you cannot see. A person may be considering what you said. A decision may be moving through steps you do not control. A difficult feeling may be becoming easier to carry because you are no longer feeding it with the same thoughts. You are not required to supervise every unseen part. You could not supervise it even if you tried. This may be the truth your tired mind has resisted, not because it wants to suffer, but because it fears that admitting its limits will leave you unprotected. So speak to it with respect. Tell it that limits are not abandonment. Tell it that you will still act when action is needed. Tell it that you are only ending the work that has no useful result. The mind may ask, what will happen if I stop? You can answer, I will find out what happens without a day. Ding fear to every moment. It may ask, who will keep everything together? You can answer, I will carry my part, and I will stop pretending the whole of life is mine to carry. It may ask, what if something changes? You can answer, then I will meet the change with the information and support available at that time. It may ask, what if I am not ready? You can answer, readiness often grows while the moment is happening. You have been preparing for life by worrying about it. Now you can begin preparing for life by caring for the person who must live it. That means giving your body rest before it breaks down from exhaustion. It means speaking the truth before resentment becomes too heavy. It means asking for help before you feel completely overwhelmed. It means learning what you can and accepting what you cannot yet know. It means leaving some energy unused, because every part of you does not need to be spent today. You do not need to wait for complete confidence. A small amount of willingness is enough. You can be willing to leave one concern alone for the next 10 minutes. You can be willing to believe that one unanswered message does not define your worth. You can be willing to stop rehearsing a conversation after you know what you need to say. You can be willing to accept that another person's disappointment is not always evidence that you have done something wrong. You can be willing to let your body sit without asking it to prepare for an emergency. These small acts do not erase your history. They give your history a different ending in the present. The part of you that once had to remain ready can experience one moment in which readiness is not required, then another, then another. In time, the body begins to understand that calm is not the same as danger. Quiet is not always the moment before something goes wrong. Rest is not irresponsibility. Uncertainty is not a command to suffer. You are learning to distinguish what is happening from what you fear may happen. You are learning to distinguish your task from someone else's task. You are learning to distinguish loving care from self-erasure. You are learning to distinguish preparation from punishment. You are learning to distinguish a real warning from an old alarm. This learning is already a form of change. You may not feel transformed. You do not need to. Deep changes often begin before there is a strong feeling to prove them. They begin in the moment you pause before reacting. They begin when you choose not to check again. They begin when you tell the truth without writing 10 explanations around it. They begin when you rest even though the future has not promised anything. You do not need life to promise that nothing will hurt. You need to stop promising fear that it may control every hour in exchange for protection it cannot give. You have another kind of protection now. You have awareness. You have experience. You have the right to ask for support. You have the right to create distance. You have the right to gather information. You have the right to take time before deciding. You have the right to care for your body. You have the right to remain with the facts. You have the right to change your response when the old response is costing too much. This is not the removal of strength. It is strength becoming more precise. You no longer need to use all of it against every uncertain thought. You can keep it for the moments that truly need it. You can stop treating every delay, silence, mood, memory, and possibility as an emergency. Much of life is already continuing without your command. Your task is not to control every movement. Your task is to meet the part that is here. Then you may leave the rest where it is until it becomes yours. This may feel unfamiliar because you have spent so long treating every concern as if it already belonged to you. You have reached for problems before they reached you. You have tried to answer questions before they were fully formed. You have carried reactions that belonged to other people and outcomes that belonged to time. You have stood watch over doors that were not opening yet. You have taken responsibility for what someone might think, what tomorrow might bring, and what an old mistake might mean years from now. The mind becomes used to this position. It begins to believe that being alive means keeping an inner guard awake. Even during good moments, some part of you may be looking for the change. Even while receiving kindness, you may be wondering how long it will last. Even when the path is clear for today, you may be searching for the place where it could become difficult. This does not mean you are ungrateful. It means you learned not to place your full weight on peace. You may have believed that peace was temporary, while worry was dependable. Worry was always available. It gave you something to do. It made you feel less surprised. It filled the space between a question and its answer. It created the sense that you were participating even when there was no useful action left. Now you are beginning to see the cost. The cost is not only tiredness. It is the way worry can stand between you and what is already okay. It can turn a quiet afternoon into preparation for a hard evening. It can turn a loving conversation into a search for hidden distance. It can turn an ordinary delay into a story of rejection. It can turn rest into guilt. You may have forgotten what it is like to experience one moment without asking it to predict the next. Yet life has continued to meet you in ways you did not arrange. Think of how many times a necessary detail appeared after you had stopped looking for it. Think of the conversations that unfolded differently from the version you rehearsed. Think of the people who helped without being forced. Think of the moments when you discovered that a feared ending was only one possibility among many. There have also been times when things did not go as you hoped, and still you found a response. You changed the plan. You asked a question. You waited. You learned something new. You began again with less certainty, but more understanding. This is important evidence. Not evidence that life will always be easy. Not evidence that every desire will arrive exactly as imagined. It is evidence that your ability to continue does not depend on predicting everything correctly. It is evidence that you have resources that appear through action, support, patience, and experience. It is evidence that fear is not the only part of you capable of preparing for what comes. You have a wiser part. It does not shout as loudly. It does not repeat itself every few seconds. It does not demand an answer before the facts are present. It waits for what is real. It knows that some decisions improve when they are not rushed. It knows that another person's silence is not yours to fill with painful meaning. It knows that an uncertain day can still contain food, work, laughter, movement, and care. It knows that one difficult part of life does not need to occupy every room inside you. This wiser part may have been difficult to hear because anxiety speaks with urgency. Urgency can sound like truth. It can make every thought feel important. It can tell you that you must act now, decide now, explain now, Check now, prepare now. It does not leave room for the possibility that nothing useful will be lost by waiting. But many things become clearer when they are given space. A strong feeling settles enough for you to understand what it is asking for. A confusing conversation becomes easier to see after you stop replaying it. A choice reveals its real cost when you stop trying to please everyone involved. A boundary becomes clearer when you remember that your well-being belongs in the decision. Space is not empty. Space is where information can arrive without being crowded by fear. You may still be tempted to fill it. The old habit may create another task, another question, another reason not to stop. It may say that you are being lazy, careless, or unrealistic. It may tell you that good people keep trying until everything is settled. Yet not everything can be settled today. Some matters need time. Some answers belong to another person. Some changes need repeated action. Some healing needs support and patience. Some endings cannot be understood while you are still standing inside them. You are not required to turn every unfinished matter into constant inner work. The sun does not need your worry to move the day forward. The night does not wait for your permission to arrive. Your body does not ask you to supervise every beat of your heart. Time does not stop while you rest. Other people do not stop thinking, choosing, learning, or changing when you turn your attention away from them. There is motion beyond your control. This may once have frightened you. It may still frighten you at times. Yet this same truth also means that everything does not depend on your effort. Processes continue. Information develops. People reveal themselves. Feelings change. Circumstances move. What is unclear now may not remain unclear. You have been treating the unseen as if it were empty. It is not empty. It is merely beyond your view. You do not see every conversation that affects your future. You do not see every thought another person is having. You do not see every small change occurring in a situation while you are busy with something else. You do not see how your own understanding is forming beneath the surface of conscious thought. You often know more after you have rested. You often feel differently after a meal, a night of sleep, an honest conversation, or a few hours away from the problem. This does not make the earlier feeling false. It shows that a feeling is one part of a moving experience. It can be real without being permanent. It can be strong without being the final guide. You can stop asking one moment to carry the authority of the whole future. A painful hour does not know every hour that follows. A disappointing answer does not know every path that remains. A delay does not know what will become possible later. A fear does not know your full capacity. You are more than the state you are in right now. You have changed before without knowing exactly how the change would happen. You have outgrown beliefs that once felt certain. You have become less affected by things that once held your full attention. You have found words for experiences you once could not explain. You have recognized patterns that once controlled you without being seen. Change has already been working through you. Some of it came through effort. Some of it came through truth. Some of it came through time. Some of it came through being tired of repeating the same pain. Some of it came through receiving help. Some of it came through the quiet discovery that the old way no longer fit. This is where the image of an arm once held inside a cast begins to matter. There was a reason for the cast. The arm had been hurt. It needed support. It needed protection from movement that could interrupt repair. The firm covering was not an enemy. It served a purpose. It held what was vulnerable while deeper work took place out of sight. For a time, the cast was necessary. It changed how the arm moved. It changed how clothes fit. It changed how the body slept. It made ordinary actions slower. It reminded the person again and again that something had happened and that care was needed. The cast could feel heavy. It could feel awkward. It could become warm and uncomfortable. The skin beneath it could not breathe in the same way. The muscles could not move as freely. The whole body had to adjust around the protected place. Still, no one would shame the cast for being firm. Its firmness was the reason it could help. No one would say that the arm was weak because it needed support. No one would demand that the protection disappear before the injury was ready. The covering stayed while it was useful. This is how many of your inner habits began. Your constant thinking was a kind of firmness. Your preparation was a kind of support. Your ability to read the room helped protect a vulnerable part. Your need to stay in control reduced movement when movement felt dangerous. Your habit of expecting disappointment kept hope from stretching too far. Your silence may have helped you avoid conflict. Your perfection may have helped you receive approval. Your independence may have helped you survive when support was uncertain. These patterns were not created because you were foolish. They formed around a hurt place. They helped keep that place from being touched too quickly. They gave shape to days that felt unpredictable. They made the world feel slightly more manageable. They may have helped you continue when you did not yet know another way. You can honor this. You can thank the old protection without asking it to remain forever. There comes a day when a cast has completed its task. The injury beneath it has changed. Repair has been taking place where the eye could not see it. New strength has formed slowly. The body has done quiet work during ordinary hours, during sleep, during conversations, during meals, and during moments when the person was thinking about something else. The cast did not perform all of that work. It created conditions in which the deeper work could continue. Then the day comes for it to be removed. The sound may feel strange. The hard covering that once meant safety is cut open. The arm that has been enclosed is seen again. The skin may look unfamiliar. The muscles may feel weaker. The air may feel cool against a place that has been covered for so long. The arm is lighter. Yet lightness may not feel natural at first. The body has become used to weight. It has become used to restriction. It has learned to move around the cast, sleep around it, protect it from impact, and keep it close. When the cast is gone, the arm may still behave as if it is there. It may remain stiff. It may stay close to the body. The person may hesitate before using it. Even though the covering has been removed, the habit of protection can remain. This is not proof that the healing failed. It is the memory of being guarded. Your mind may be living in this moment now. Some of the conditions that created your old protection may have changed. You may have more awareness. You may have more choice. You may be able to leave situations you once had to endure. You may have words you did not have before. You may know how to seek help. You may recognize manipulation, disrespect, and emotional harm more clearly. Yet your inner arm may still be held close. A delayed reply may awaken the old fear. A change in tone may make you brace. A new opportunity may make you expect loss. A quiet day may feel suspicious. A loving person may be met by habits formed around someone who was not loving. The old protection may still be present in your reactions, even when told the old situation is no longer present in your life. This is why change can feel confusing. You may know with your mind that something is different. Still, your body responds from memory. You may understand that you are safe enough in this room, yet your shoulders remain tense. You may know that one person is not another person, yet you prepare for the same wound. You may know that you are free to say no, yet the word feels dangerous. The cast is gone. The shape of the cast remains in movement. Be patient with this. An arm does not become fully free in the exact second the covering comes off. It may need care. It may need slow movement. It may need guidance. It may need time to regain strength. The first motion can feel uncertain, not because the arm is broken again, but because it is learning how to move without the support it once depended on. Your mind is learning this too. It is learning how to move without endless checking. It is learning how to face a question without wrapping it in worst-case answers. It is learning how to speak without protecting every word. It is learning how to rest without the hard covering of constant preparation. It is learning how to hope without immediately limiting hope. This may feel tender. Freedom can feel tender when protection has been tight for a long time. You may expect freedom to feel powerful, clear, and immediate. Sometimes it feels exposed. Sometimes it feels like air touching a place that has been covered. Sometimes it feels like not knowing where to put your attention when you are no longer using it to monitor danger. This is not a reason to return to the cast. It is a reason to move with patience. You do not need to throw your whole weight into a new way of living today. You can test one small movement. You can leave one message unchecked for a little longer. You can say one honest sentence without adding 5 apologies. You can stop planning after the plan is useful. You can receive one good moment without asking how soon it will end. Each small movement teaches the inner arm that it can move again. You may feel discomfort. Discomfort does not always mean harm. Sometimes it is the feeling of a familiar restriction becoming unnecessary. Sometimes it is the space where an old habit used to be. Sometimes it is the uncertainty of discovering that you have choices. You can ask yourself a different question. Not, how do I become completely free today? Ask, what is one movement I can make without the old covering? You might wait before responding. You might let another person solve their own mood. You might say that you need time. You might admit that you do not know. You might stop explaining after your truth is clear. You might leave tomorrow's task for tomorrow. These actions may look small from the outside. Inside, they are movement returning. They are proof that protection can become choice. The old cast may still seem attractive on difficult days. Restriction can feel familiar. You may want to return to overthinking because at least it gives you a job. You may want to check, plan, control, or please because these actions reduce uncertainty for a moment. Do not shame yourself when this happens. The body remembers what once helped. You can say, I understand why I want the old support. I am feeling exposed. I am feeling unsure. I want something firm around this moment. Then you can look for a healthier form of support. You can speak with someone safe. You can write down the facts. You can take one practical action. You can rest before deciding. You can seek professional guidance when the matter needs it. You can protect yourself without rebuilding the old prison. Support is not the same as restriction. A boundary supports you. Clear information supports you. A caring person supports you. Rest supports you. Real help supports you. The old cast demanded that you keep the entire arm still, even when only one place had been hurt. In the same way, fear can make your whole life smaller because one part was wounded. One betrayal can make you close every door. One mistake can make you question every ability. One loss can make you refuse every new beginning, but one hurt does not need to control every movement forever. It deserves care. It deserves respect. It deserves the support needed for real healing. Then, little by little, life asks for movement again. The movement may begin in thought. You consider that not everyone will repeat the past. You consider that a mistake can be corrected. You consider that uncertainty can be survived. You consider that your needs do not make you difficult. You consider that peace may remain for longer than you expect. Then the movement enters choice. You speak, you wait, you decline, you accept, you ask, you stop. You move one part of your life without wrapping it in the old protection. At first, you may still hold the arm close afterward. You may question the choice. You may replay what you said. You may wonder whether freedom was a mistake. This is part of learning. Do not confuse the fear after a new choice with proof that the choice was wrong. The old pattern often becomes loud when it is not followed. It wants to restore the familiar position. It wants to place the arm back where it has always been. You can listen without obeying. You can say, "This feels new." You can say, "New does not mean unsafe." You can say, "I will watch what is real." You can say, "I do not need to undo my choice, only because my body is adjusting." There is a difference between pain that warns and tenderness that accompanies growth. You may need time and support to know the difference. You do not have to decide alone when the matter is serious. Wise care is welcome. Help is welcome. Safety is welcome. You are not being asked to force movement through harm. You are being invited to recognize where movement is already possible. The arm beneath the cast was not empty. Work had been happening there. In the same way, the years you spent surviving were not empty. You were learning, and even while repeating patterns. You were gathering evidence. You were becoming more aware of what hurts, what helps, what you value, and what you will no longer accept. The protection may have hidden your strength from you. Because you were so focused on the covering, you may not have seen what was becoming stronger beneath it. You may not have recognized your clearer voice, your deeper honesty, your ability to endure discomfort, or your growing respect for your own limits. The day the cast comes off, the arm does not return to the exact condition it was in before the injury. It carries a history. It may carry marks. It may move differently for a while. But it is not only the arm that was hurt. It is also the arm that repaired. You are not only the person who was disappointed. You are the person who learned to see more clearly. You are not only the person who was left. You are the person who continued. You are not only the person who made a mistake. You are the person who can choose with more understanding now. You are not only the person who needed protection. You are the person beginning to recognize when protection has completed its work. This recognition may not arrive all at once. One part of you may be ready while another part still feels afraid. You can move at the pace of honesty. You do not need to pretend that every fear is gone. You do not need to perform confidence. You can carry uncertainty without putting the cast back on. You can say, I am still afraid, and I am not completely closed. You can say, I am still learning, and I do not need to control every lesson. You can say, I feel tender, and tenderness is not weakness. You can say, I need support, and support does not require me to become small again. The old covering may have become part of how you recognized yourself. You may have thought, I am the careful one. I am the person who thinks of everything. I am the one who never needs help. I am the one who keeps the peace. I am the one who does not take risks. I am the one who prepares for disappointment. When these identities begin to loosen, you may wonder who you are without them. You are still thoughtful without overthinking. You are still caring without carrying everyone. You are still responsible without punishing yourself. You are still wise without expecting disaster. You are still strong when you ask for help. The qualities were never created by the cast. They existed beneath it. The covering shaped how they were expressed. It made care become control. It made thoughtfulness become exhaustion. It made strength become isolation. It made responsibility become fear. Now the same qualities can take a freer form. Care can become presence. Thoughtfulness can become clear attention. Strength can become honesty. Responsibility can become one useful step. The cast does not need to be hated. It does not need to be worn. You can look at the old protection with respect and say, and you helped me through a time when I did not know another way. You kept something tender from being touched too soon. You gave me structure when life felt uncertain. Your work mattered. Then you can add, your work is changing now. You do not need to decide that the whole arm is ready for every movement. You only need to accept that it is no longer the same arm that first needed the cast. Something has changed beneath the holding. You have changed beneath the holding. You may be lighter than your memory of yourself. You may be more ready than your fear suggests. You may still feel the shape of the old protection around you, even though it is no longer fully there. That is all right. The next movement can be small. The next movement can be slow. The next movement can belong only to today. You do not need to prove your freedom. You only need to stop treating every old restriction as a permanent truth. A familiar feeling is not always a permanent truth. The old tightness may return and tell you that nothing has changed. Your mind may begin checking again. Your body may brace before a simple conversation. You may feel the wish to control an answer, a person, or a future moment. the return of the habit can seem like proof that you are back at the beginning. You are not back at the beginning. You are meeting the same feeling with more awareness than you had before. You can see the pattern now. You can name what it is trying to do. You can recognize the difference between useful action and repeated inner work. That recognition matters even on a day when the old response still feels strong. An arm that has been freed from a cast may become stiff again after movement. It may ache. It may feel weak. It may make the person wonder whether using it was a mistake. Yet discomfort after movement does not mean the cast must return. It may mean the arm is becoming familiar with freedom. It may mean muscles that were quiet are being asked to work again. It may mean the body is adjusting to a new range. Your inner life can respond in the same way. You set a boundary and feel guilty afterward. You wait before answering and feel restless. You stop checking and suddenly want to check more. You speak honestly and then question every word. You choose rest and hear the old voice calling you lazy. This does not mean the new choice was wrong. It means the old support is no longer directing the movement, and some part of you is unsure what will happen next. You do not need to answer that uncertainty with force. You do not need to command yourself to be calm. You do not need to insist that the fear disappear. You do not need to pretend that freedom feels easy when it does not. You can remain close to yourself through the awkwardness. You can say, "This is a new movement for me." You can say, "I understand why my body is careful." You can say, "I do not need to return to complete restriction because one movement feels difficult." The old protection often asks for certainty. It wants to know that the arm will never hurt again. It wants to know that no movement will go wrong. It wants to know that every new choice will be rewarded. It wants to know that no person will disappoint you, no plan will fail, and no difficult feeling will return. You cannot offer those promises. What you can offer is care. You can move with attention. You can stop when something truly hurts. You can seek help when you need it. You can strengthen what has become weak. You can accept that progress may not move in a perfect line. You can remain honest about what the old injury taught you without letting that injury decide every future action. This is a more reliable form of safety. It is not safety built from never moving. It is safety built from knowing how to respond while you move. You may have spent years trying to remove every chance of pain. In doing so, you may also have removed chances for closeness, rest, joy, honesty, and growth. The protection was so complete that nothing could enter without being questioned. You do not need to open every part of yourself at once. You do not need to offer access to people who have not earned it. You do not need to call risk wisdom. You only need to stop assuming that complete restriction is the only safe position. An arm does not regain strength by remaining forever where it was held. It regains strength through supported movement. The movement is measured. it is not careless. It respects the history of the injury. It also respects the possibility that the body can do more now than it could before. You can approach your own life with the same respect. There are places where you may already be ready for more movement. You may be ready to stop explaining a clear decision. You may be ready to leave another person's mood with them. You may be ready to believe what someone repeatedly shows you, instead of holding on to what you hoped they would become. You may be ready to make one choice without asking everyone for permission. You may be ready to rest before exhaustion makes the choice for you. You may be ready to stop carrying a past version of yourself as if that person still needs the same protection every day. Readiness does not always feel like confidence. Sometimes readiness feels like tiredness with the old way. You realize that the cast is heavy. You realize that you have shaped your whole life around keeping it in place. You realize that the protection has begun limiting parts of you that were never injured. You realize that the thing that once helped now asks for more than it gives. This understanding can be quiet. There may be no dramatic moment. You may only notice that you no longer want to spend another evening replaying the same conversation. You may feel less willing to chase an answer. You may become more aware of how your body feels after saying yes when you wanted to say no. Small honesty can begin the removal. You acknowledge what has been held. You acknowledge why it was held. You acknowledge that something beneath the holding has changed. You do not need to tear the cast away in anger. You do not need to call your past self weak. You do not need to deny that the protection was once necessary. You can thank it. Thank you for helping me remain steady when I was afraid. Thank you for keeping me careful when I did not know who was safe. Thank you for helping me prepare when support was limited. Thank you for helping me continue when I felt exposed. These words are not a promise to keep the protection forever. They are a way of ending the struggle with yourself. The mind often holds tighter when it feels attacked. When you call it foolish, it becomes more determined to prove the danger. When you shame your fear, fear searches for more evidence. When you demand instant calm, the body receives another command to perform. Kindness changes the conversation. You can say, "I know why you are here." You can say, "You do not need to disappear for me to take one freer step." You can say, "I will not abandon you as I learn another way." The frightened part of you does not need to be placed in charge, but it does need to know that it will not be left alone. This is the handover. You are not handing away your wisdom. You are not handing away your responsibility. You are not handing away your ability to act. You are handing away the work of controlling what no amount of thought can control. You are placing down the demand to know the final result before taking the next honest step. You are placing down the duty of managing how everyone sees you. You are placing down the belief that worry keeps important things from changing. You are placing down the rule that rest must wait until every question has been answered. The handover may not feel complete in one moment. That is all right. An arm does not forget the cast the instant it is removed. The weight may still be remembered. The shape may still be felt. The person may reach to protect a covering that is no longer there. You may do this with worry. You may wake and reach for the old concern. You may enter a quiet moment and search for what needs to be managed. You may receive good news and immediately prepare for its loss. You may complete a task and keep carrying it in your body. Each time this happens, you can return to the same truth without frustration. The protection has completed more of its work than fear admits. Something beneath it has been strengthening. Life has not been waiting for your worry to perform every act of repair. Understanding has been forming. Experience has been gathering. Your ability to choose has been growing. Your awareness has been becoming clearer. There has been work taking place beneath the holding. You do not need to see every part of that work in order for it to be real. The arm under a cast does not watch each stage of its repair. It does not need to understand every process. The person may feel nothing changing for days, yet change continues. The outer stillness does not mean nothing is happening. You have had seasons that felt still. You thought you were making no progress because the same feelings returned. You thought you were failing because you still cared. You thought you should have been stronger, clearer, or less affected by now. Yet beneath that frustration, something may have been changing. You became able to name what once confused you. You began seeing patterns sooner. You stopped blaming yourself for every reaction another person had. You became more willing to ask for help. You recognized that being chosen by someone is not the same as being treated well by them. You began to understand that peace cannot be built by repeatedly leaving yourself. These changes matter. They may not have arrived with a loud feeling. They may have developed quietly beneath the protection, just as strength returns beneath a covering before the eye can confirm it. You are not required to prove that you are healed in every place. That would become another demand. You are only being asked to recognize that you are not exactly where you were when the old protection first formed. The situation may be different. Your choices may be wider. Your voice may be clearer. Your support may be stronger. Your understanding may be deeper. You may still feel fear, but fear is no longer the only voice present. This is enough to begin. Now there is one line you can carry through this part of the journey. It does not ask you to deny what happened. It does not ask you to promise an outcome. It does not ask you to become completely calm. It only names the movement that is becoming possible. I loosen my hold. Life continues healing. Let the words remain simple. You do not need to make yourself believe them with perfect confidence. Hear them as a possibility. Hear them as an opening in the old rule that says everything depends on your tension. I loosen my hold. Life continues healing. The line does not say that you do nothing. You still care for the arm. You still respond to real pain. You still follow wise guidance. You still protect what needs protection. You still take responsibility for the actions that belong to you. What changes is the extra grip. The grip that tries to supervise every stage. The grip that demands proof before patience. The grip that makes you think your fear is holding the whole process together. You can loosen that part. You can leave room for work that is not yours to perform consciously. You can leave room for time. You can leave room for support. You can leave room for new information. You can leave room for the strength that becomes visible only after the old covering is gone. Once more, without pushing, I loosen my hold. Life continues healing. You may feel resistance to this line. Some part of you may say, "No, I cannot loosen anything. If I stop, everything will become uncertain. If I rest, I may miss something. If I stop checking, I may be disappointed. If I stop preparing, I may not be ready." Do not argue with this part. It is speaking from the memory of the injury. It remembers what happened before the cast was placed. It remembers the shock, the pain, the loss of confidence. It remembers the need to keep the arm still. It does not yet understand that time has passed and support can change form. You can answer with a smaller line. I am willing to loosen one small hold. Willingness does not require certainty. It does not require complete faith. It does not require you to feel safe in every area of your life. It asks only whether one small amount of pressure can soften. You might loosen the need to solve tonight what belongs to next week. You might loosen the need to decide how another person should feel. You might loosen the need to understand every reason behind an ending. You might loosen the need to make one mistake mean something about your whole worth. You might loosen the need to prepare a defense before anyone has accused you. One small hold is enough. Your mind may say that this is too little to matter, but the body learns through small movements. The first movement after a cast is not judged by how far the arm can reach. It matters because movement has begun. You are beginning to move. You are beginning to see that safety can include flexibility. You are beginning to understand that care can change its form. You are beginning to learn that support does not always need to be hard and heavy. The old protection kept everything firm. The new support can listen. It can adjust. It can make room for what is true today. Today, you may need rest. Tomorrow, you may need action. In one relationship, you may need a boundary. In another, you may need an honest conversation. In one situation, waiting may be wise. In another, help may be needed now. A flexible response does not mean you have no principles. It means you are no longer using one old defense for every new moment. The cast was made for a particular injury. It was never meant to become the shape of the whole life. Your fear was formed around particular experiences. It was never meant to decide how every person will treat you. Your silence may have protected you in one place. It does not need to follow you into every room. Your independence may have helped you when no one was available. It does not need to prevent safe support from reaching you now. Your preparation may have prevented problems before. It does not need to continue after the useful work is finished. You can choose support that fits the present. This is one of the deepest signs of healing. Not that you never feel the old fear, but that you no longer answer every fear in the same way. Sometimes you answer with information. Sometimes you answer with a boundary. Sometimes you answer with rest. Sometimes you answer by waiting. Sometimes you answer by asking someone trained to help. Sometimes you answer by doing nothing for this hour because nothing useful can be done. The mind may still call this dangerous. You can remind it that a freed arm is not an unprotected arm. It still belongs to a body that can respond. See, it can be cared for. It can receive help. It can move away from harm. It can become stronger. You are not without protection. You are becoming able to protect yourself with choice instead of constant restriction. Choice can look at the facts. Choice can change direction. Choice can say no. Choice can ask for more time. Choice can leave. Choice can remain. Choice can seek advice. Choice can admit that a situation is beyond what affirmations alone can hold. This is mature care. It does not ask your mind to create a positive story about everything. It asks you to remain honest. It asks you to take useful action and stop when action has reached its edge. It asks you to respect the space between what you can influence and what you cannot command. There may be grief in this space. You may grieve that your effort could not change another person. You may grieve the time spent trying to earn what should have been given freely. You may grieve the version of the future you prepared for. You may grieve that being good, careful, loyal, or patient did not create the outcome you wanted. Let grief be honest. Do not place it back inside a cast of explanation. You do not need to find a perfect reason for every loss. You do not need to turn pain into a lesson before it has been felt. You do not need to say that everything happened for a good purpose. Some things hurt because they mattered. Some endings remain sad even after you understand them. Some choices were unfair. Some people did not give what they promised. Accepting reality does not mean calling harm acceptable. It means no longer asking your mind to rewrite what another person chose. The arm cannot become uninjured in the past. It can become freer in the present. You cannot make yesterday become what you needed. You can stop requiring today to remain shaped around yesterday's wound. This is the handover in its clearest form. You give the past its true place. You give another person their choices. You give time the work that belongs to time. You give yourself the actions that belong to you. The boundaries become cleaner. Your heart may still ache. Your mind may still ask questions. You may still wish for another outcome, but feelings can remain without becoming assignments. A feeling can be present without requiring you to fix it immediately. A question can be present without requiring an answer tonight. A wish can be present without becoming a demand that life obey it. An old fear can be present without being placed back in control. This is where the mind begins to calm, not because every part of life has become predictable, but because you have stopped giving your mind an impossible job. It was never meant to control timing. It was never meant to manage every person. It was never meant to guarantee that you would never feel pain. It was meant to help you understand, choose, remember, learn, and respond. You can return it to those tasks. You can say, "Help me see the facts. Help me identify the next useful step. Help me remember what I have learned. Help me recognize when I need support." Then let the rest remain outside its duty. You do not need to supervise the hidden work. You do not need to keep touching the place to see whether it has changed. You do not need to measure your progress every hour. The arm beneath the cast did not become stronger through constant testing. It needed steadiness, care, and time. You are permitted to stop testing yourself. You do not need to enter situations only to prove that you are over the past. You do not need to forgive before you are ready. You do not need to speak to someone who remains harmful. You do not need to turn every boundary into a sign of bitterness. Distance can be wise. Support can be wise. Professional care can be wise. A slow return to movement can be wise. The handover is not a performance. No one else needs to approve of the pace. No one else gets to decide how much access they deserve to the parts of you that are still tender. You can take your time. You can remain open to freedom without opening yourself to repeated harm. You can place the old protection down and still keep your discernment. You can stop holding everything without becoming careless with yourself. For now, return to the smaller line if the larger one feels too far away. I am willing to loosen one small hold. You may not know which hold yet. Your body may know. It may be the shoulders that rise while reading a message. It may be the hand that reaches to check again. It may be the apology forming before you have done anything wrong. It may be the answer you prepare for a question no one has asked. It may be the future scene you keep entering, even though nothing new is known. You do not need to remove every habit. Choose one small moment. Let the inner arm move a little. Let it discover that the air around it is not the injury. Let it discover that lightness can feel strange without being wrong. Let it discover that support can remain even after the hard covering is gone. Something beneath your holding has been changing. Something beneath your fear has been learning. Something beneath your constant effort has been waiting for room to move. You do not need to force that movement. You only need to stop calling the old restriction your only safety. The next breath does not need to carry the whole future. The next choice does not need to prove your complete healing. The next quiet moment does not need to be filled with preparation. One small hold can soften. One small movement can return. The work beneath the holding can continue without your constant watch. The work continues best when it is no longer being watched every second. You have already seen what constant checking does. It does not create patience. It turns patience into another test. It asks whether enough has changed, whether the feeling is gone, whether the answer is close, whether you are doing the inner work correctly. Then the in begins measuring the very peace it wants to experience. You do not need to measure this moment. You do not need to decide whether you are calmer than you were yesterday. You do not need to compare your progress with another person's progress. You do not need to prove that the old pattern has disappeared. You can let this moment be incomplete. An arm newly freed from its cast is not judged after every movement. It is not expected to carry its full strength immediately. It is given room to become familiar with itself again. You deserve the same room. There may still be times when you hold tightly. There may still be nights when the mind becomes busy. There may still be conversations that awaken an old fear. You may still feel the pull to explain, manage, prepare, or predict. The presence of an old response does not cancel the new understanding. You are no longer required to turn every difficult feeling into a problem about your progress. A feeling can visit. It does not have to become a verdict. Fear may visit without proving that you are unsafe. Sadness may visit without proving that you are moving backward. Anger may visit without making you unkind. Confusion may visit without requiring an immediate decision. Your feelings are real, but they are not all instructions. This is one of the ways the inner grip begins to loosen. You stop assigning a task to every emotion. You stop treating each wave of discomfort as something that must be explained, removed, or acted upon. You can feel something and wait. You can feel something and ask for information. You can feel something and decide that no response is needed yet. You can feel something and protect yourself without creating a permanent story around the feeling. The old habit may object. It may say that if you do not act quickly, you are ignoring the problem. Yet waiting can be an action when it is chosen with awareness. Rest can be an action. Gathering facts can be an action. Asking for support can be an action. Refusing to react from panic can be an action. Stillness is not always passivity. At times, stillness is how you prevent an old wound from making a new decision. You are learning that an urgent feeling does not always require an urgent answer. You are learning that you can return to a conversation after your body has settled. You are learning that you can leave a message unanswered until you know what you truly want to say. This is not avoidance when the delay is honest. Avoidance says, "I will never face this." Wise waiting says, "I will face this when I can meet it clearly." You are allowed to know the difference. You are also allowed to change your mind. A choice made with limited information is not a life sentence. You can learn something new and choose again. You can discover that a situation is not what you believed. You can admit that an agreement no longer supports you. Changing direction is not always failure. Sometimes it is evidence that you are paying attention. The old cast kept the arm in one fixed position because movement was not safe then. But life cannot remain in one fixed position forever. What protects you in one season may limit you in another. This is why honest attention matters more than rigid rules. A rule may say, "Always stay." Honest attention may say, "This place is harming me." A rule may say, "Never disappoint anyone." Honest attention may say, "Disappointing someone is sometimes the cost of not abandoning myself." A rule may say, "Finish what you started." Honest attention may say, "Continuing would deepen the harm." A rule may say, "Forgive and forget." Honest attention may say, "I can choose peace without restoring access." A rule may say, "Trust everyone." Honest attention may say, "Trust must grow through consistent behavior." You do not need to become hard in order to become clear. You can remain kind and still have limits. You can wish someone well and still step away. You can understand why a person behaved as they did without making their behavior acceptable. You can stop carrying anger without returning to a place that repeatedly injured you. Releasing an outcome is not the same as approving what happened. It does not mean saying that harm was meant for you. It does not mean finding a beautiful reason for every painful event. It does not mean pretending that a person did their best when they repeatedly chose not to care. You can tell the truth and still put down the endless inner argument. You can say, "This happened." You can say, "It hurt." You can say, "I deserved better." You can say, "I will not spend another year trying to make the past admit what it did." This is a clean form of freedom. The event remains part of your history, but it does not need to remain an active duty. You do not need to keep returning to the scene to build a stronger case. You do not need to convince an absent person inside your mind. You may never receive the apology you deserve. You may never receive a full explanation. You may never see another person understand the cost of their choices. This can be painful, but your peace cannot remain dependent on another person reaching the awareness they have resisted. You can grieve the missing answer. You can also stop standing at the door of someone else's understanding. Your life is here. It is not waiting inside their mind. It is not trapped inside the conversation they refuse to have. It is not held inside the version of you that hoped longer than was healthy. Your life remains with you. This means responsibility returns to its true place. You are responsible for how you care for yourself now. You are responsible for the support you seek. You are responsible for the boundaries you keep. You are responsible for the actions you choose with the knowledge available. You are not responsible for controlling another person's growth. You are not responsible for making everyone comfortable with your limits. You are not responsible for repairing every feeling your honesty creates. There is a difference between causing harm and using disappointment. You can speak with care and still disappoint someone who expected your silence. You can protect your time and disappoint someone who expected constant access. You can refuse an unfair request and disappoint someone who benefited from your lack of boundaries. Their disappointment does not automatically mean your action was wrong. Look at the facts. Look at whether you acted honestly. Look at whether you respected your safety and the safety of others. Look at whether you communicated as clearly as you could. Then let another person have their response. Their response belongs to their inner life. You do not need to wear it like another caste. You have carried reactions that were never meant to become permanent weight. You have let another person's anger decide the position of your whole life. You have kept yourself still to prevent conflict, even after the cost of that stillness became too high. Movement can return. You can move toward honesty. You can move toward support. You can move away from repeated harm. You can move slowly while you learn what freedom feels like in your own body. The first steps may create guilt because guilt often appears when an old rule is broken. It may not mean you have done something cruel. It may mean you have stopped doing what once kept everyone else comfortable. You can examine the guilt without obeying it. Ask whether you have truly acted against your values or whether you have only acted against an old expectation. Real accountability is useful. It helps you apologize, repair, and choose differently. False guilt only asks you to return to the position where your needs disappeared. You are learning to tell them apart. This requires patience. It also requires courage. Not the courage of forcing yourself forward. The courage of staying near your truth when the old protection becomes loud. Your body may be the first place this truth is felt. The shoulders may lift when you prepare to say no. The chest may tighten when you wait for a reply. The stomach may become firm when you choose not to explain. The hands may want to reach for the phone. The face may tense as if it must prepare for judgment. These reactions do not need to be criticized. They need a new experience. The body needs to discover that a shoulder can lower even while a question remains unanswered. A hand can rest even when a message has not arrived. A jaw can soften even when another person may not agree. This does not happen through one command. It happens through repeated permission. You can begin with the hands. Your hands have carried more than objects. They have held the phone while you searched for reassurance. They have typed and erased explanations. They have reached toward situations that could not give the answer you needed. For this moment, they do not need to reach. They can rest where they are. The fingers do not need to prepare. The palms do not need to hold an invisible future. The hands can receive the message that no immediate action is required. You may feel a small pulse of restlessness. Let it be present. The hand does not need to follow every urge. It can remain. Now the arms can become a little less responsible for the world around you. They have lifted, carried, gathered, protected, and worked. They may have remained close to the body as if the old cast were still there. They do not need to prove strength through stiffness. They can be supported. They can become heavy for a moment. The muscles can stop preparing for the next movement before the next movement is needed. Your shoulders have carried duties that had no clear ending. They have carried tomorrow. They have carried what another person might think. They have carried the need to remain composed. They have carried plans, explanations, fears, and promises. Your shoulders do not need to answer for all of that now. They can lower by one small degree, not because every burden has disappeared, because this breath does not need to lift them. The neck can stop helping the shoulders hold what thought created. The back of the neck can become less guarded. You do not need to turn toward every inner alarm. You do not need to search the room for a problem. Your head can be supported without remaining ready for impact. The face has also worked hard. The forehead has tried to think through uncertainty. The eyes have searched for signs. The mouth has held back words and prepared explanations. The jaw has contained feelings that seemed too dangerous to express. Nothing needs to be forced open. Let the forehead be ordinary. Let the space around the eyes stop searching for a hidden meaning. Let the tongue rest. Let the jaw remember that silence can be peaceful, not only protective. The chest may still carry a feeling. It may carry grief, worry, hope, or an unnamed pressure. You do not have to remove it. You can stop pushing against it. A feeling held without resistance often changes in its own time. It may not disappear. It may become less sharp. It may become clearer. It may show you what it needs. The chest can hold feeling without holding the whole future. The heart can care without solving. The ribs can move without waiting for permission from the mind. The belly may have tightened before you were aware of fear. It may have learned to become firm when life felt uncertain. It may have carried the words you swallowed, the anger you hid, and the decisions you delayed. For this moment, the belly does not need to prepare for bad news. It does not need to become small. It does not need to hold the body together through force. You may breathe out and let one layer of effort end. Not every layer. One is enough. Your legs have kept you standing through moments when you wanted to stop. They have taken you toward responsibilities, away from danger, and through days that felt longer than your strength. They do not need to run through tomorrow now. They can belong to the place where you are the knee, as do not need to lock. The muscles do not need to prepare for escape. Your legs can receive support rather than create all of it. Your feet have carried every version of you to this point. They have stood in rooms where you were uncertain. They have remained when you were afraid. They have walked away when you finally could. For now, they do not need to know the whole path. They need only the surface beneath them. This is enough for one moment. The future does not need to be carried in the feet before it arrives. Your whole body can begin to understand that feelings may remain while assignments end. Fear may remain, but the assignment to predict can end. Sadness may remain, but the assignment to rewrite the past can end. Love may remain, but the assignment to save another person can end. Uncertainty may remain, but the assignment to suffer until an answer comes can end. This is the difference between feeling and carrying. A feeling passes through your living experience. Carrying turns the feeling into a job. You are allowed to stop working on what cannot be completed by thought. You can keep the love and place down the control. You can keep the lesson and place down the punishment. You can keep your care and place down the constant watch. You can keep your responsibility and place down the impossible demand. The old protection may ask for one more check. You can respond with care. Not now. It may ask for one more imagined conversation. Not now. It may ask you to solve next month before this day is over. Not now. These words are not rejection. They are a boundary around your attention. Your attention is part of your life. Where you place it matters. You do not have to give every fearful thought unlimited access to it. You can hear the thought and choose not to build a room around it. If some part of you is ready to mark this choice, you may softly comment, "Released." Let it mean only this. One old duty no longer has to be carried in the same way. No performance is needed. No promise of perfection is needed. The word can be a small sign that movement has begun. You may still feel the old cast around the arm. You may still expect its weight. but something is lighter. Something has already been opened. You are learning that safety does not require complete stillness. You are learning that a feeling can be respected without being obeyed. You are learning that your part can be completed even when the whole story remains unfinished. This is enough for today. The hand can remain open. The arm can remain supported. The body can stop preparing for every possible ending. You can take responsibility for this breath and leave the next hour where it is. You can meet what is here. You can refuse what is harmful. You can seek help where help is needed. You can leave what belongs to time with time. The hard covering is no longer the only form of care available to you. Care can now be spacious. Care can now include rest. Care can now include your own voice. Care can now move. The body does not need to finish the whole journey in one moment. It only needs one clear experience of not being pushed. The hands can rest without checking. The arms can be supported without carrying every outcome. The shoulders can lower without waiting for every problem to end. The face can soften without pretending that nothing matters. The chest can hold feeling without turning feeling into duty. The belly can loosen without predicting bad news. The legs can stop running through an imagined tomorrow. The feet can remain here without knowing the whole path. You may sense that the old weight is still near. The body remembers what it carried. It may expect the firmness around the arm even after the covering has been removed. It may prepare for the familiar restriction, because the familiar restriction once meant care. Do not hurry this memory away. It is only a memory learning that the present has changed. The air can touch the arm now. Movement can return slowly. Strength can become visible in ways that were impossible while everything remained enclosed. The arm may not move as it once did. It may move with more attention. It may ask for support. It may need pauses. None of this means freedom has failed. Freedom is not the absence of tenderness. It is the right to move with tenderness. You have that right. You can move through a decision carefully without refusing every decision. You can enter a conversation with awareness without writing the entire conversation in advance. You can care for someone without carrying the consequences of every choice they make. You can remember the past without placing the present inside the same hard shape. This is how a lighter life begins. Not by denying weight, by recognizing which weight no longer belongs in your hands. There may still be responsibilities waiting for you. They do not need to be abandoned. A calmer mind can meet them. A rested body can take the next useful step. Clear limits can protect what constant worry never could. You are not leaving your life unattended. You are returning each task to its proper place. The action belongs to the moment when action is possible. The answer belongs to the moment when enough is known. Another person's choice belongs to them. The hidden work belongs to time, support, and the living processes beyond conscious control. Your attention belongs to you. You can decide where it rests. You can decide when a thought has received enough of your energy. You can decide that a question will remain unanswered until something real changes. You can decide that an old scene will not be given another hour tonight. You can decide that your body has completed its duty for this moment. The mind may ask whether you are certain. You do not need to be certain. You can be willing. Willing to stop one inner argument. Willing to leave one result unforced. Willing to let one person carry their own reaction. Willing to believe that support can exist without hardness. The old caste taught stillness through restriction. Your life can now teach steadiness through choice. You can remain without becoming trapped. You can move without becoming reckless. You can stop without losing your strength. The protection was real. The healing beneath it was real too. You may have been so aware of what held you that you forgot to see what grew beneath the holding. Your voice grew. Your understanding grew. Your ability to recognize harm grew. Your ability to name a need grew. Your ability to ask for help grew. These strengths are not loud. They do not need to announce themselves. They appear in small choices. You do not answer immediately. You do not explain beyond the truth. You do not return to a place that repeatedly harms you. You do not call exhaustion devotion. You do not call fear intuition without checking the facts. You do not call self-abandonment kindness. You begin to recognize your own presence as something worth protecting. This recognition changes the whole shape of care. Care is no longer a hard covering around every possibility. It becomes a wise hand supporting what is still tender. It becomes enough rest. It becomes a boundary kept after guilt appears. It becomes the courage to speak with someone qualified when the burden is too heavy or complex to carry alone. You are not required to heal every wound through thought. You are not required to calm every feeling through affirmation. You are not required to remain alone with pain that needs real support. The strongest choice may be an appointment, a conversation, a safe exit, a request for help, or a practical plan. Inner peace does not replace these choices. It can help you make them without adding punishment to what is already difficult. You may now offer the body a series of smaller truths. Do not try to believe them all. Let each one touch the place that needs it and then pass. I place down the work that is not mine. I stop rehearsing what has not happened. I leave other people with their choices. I keep my care and end the control. I honor the protection that once helped me. I do not need to wear it forever. I can be careful without becoming closed. I can be loving without carrying everyone. I can be responsible without staying afraid. I can wait without punishing myself. I can feel without creating another duty. I can pause before the old reaction. I can ask for facts before believing fear. I can change direction when truth changes. I can protect myself without becoming hard. I can seek support without losing dignity. I can rest while an answer is forming. I can leave the past in its time. I can meet today as it is. I can let silence remain unexplained. I can stop after the useful step. I can leave tomorrow unopened. I can carry only my part. I can respect my limits. I can choose honest peace. I can trust slow strength. I can move with care. I can remain open. I can stop checking. I can stop proving. I can stop chasing. I can stop bracing. I choose less weight. I choose clear care. I choose one step. I choose this moment. I leave the outcome. I leave the replay. I leave the pressure. I keep the lesson. I keep my voice. I keep my boundaries. I keep my wisdom. I receive support. I welcome movement. I welcome lightness. I am willing. I am present. I am supported. Less watching. Less carrying. Less proving. More honesty. More space. More choice. Soft hands. Free arms. Lower shoulders. Quiet face. Open breath. Steady feet. One moment. One movement. One choice. Enough now. Let these lines become lighter than thought. You do not need to remember them. You do not need to repeat them perfectly. The body is not waiting for a perfect sentence. It is listening for the absence of pressure. It is learning from the moments when you refuse to tighten around uncertainty. It learns when your hands remain still. It learns when you do not send the extra message. It learns when you keep a boundary after guilt arrives. It learns when you ask for help before reaching complete exhaustion. It learns when you let a good moment be good without preparing for its end. This is how the arm becomes familiar with open air. This is how movement stops feeling like danger. This is how the body understands that the old covering is no longer the only thing keeping it safe. You may still remember the weight. Memory does not require return. You may still feel the shape. The shape does not require obedience. You may still miss the certainty of being held firmly in one position. Certainty was never the same as freedom. You can now receive another kind of steadiness. It is not hard around you. It is alive within you. It can respond. It can bend. It can ask. It can stop. It can change direction. Your strength does not need the old covering to exist. It was forming beneath it. It is here now, even if it is still becoming familiar. There is no need to test it with a great burden. Let strength begin with a small act of self-respect. Let it appear in the decision not to enter one more imagined future. Let it appear in the choice to remain with what is known. What is known now? You are here. You have survived every completed day behind you. You have learned more than fear admits. You have choices that once seemed impossible. You can seek support. You can protect your well-being. You can wait for more information. You can leave one question untouched. You can let the arm rest without putting it back in the cast. This is not the end of every concern. It is the end of treating concern as your only form of care. You may carry peace with you without making a promise about tomorrow. Peace does not need tomorrow to behave perfectly. It only needs you to stop borrowing tomorrow's weight before tomorrow arrives. The day can continue. Your responsibilities can return one at a time. Your attention can meet them when they are real. Until then, there is nothing noble about holding pain in advance. You have already given enough strength to imagined endings. Keep some strength for living. Keep some for joy that does not need to be earned. Keep some for the conversations that are actually happening. Keep some for your own body. Keep some unused. Unused strength is not wasted. It is available. You do not need to spend every part of yourself to prove that you care. You may be surprised by how ordinary freedom feels. It may not arrive as a sudden rush. It may appear as 10 minutes in which you forget to worry. It may appear as a message you read only once. It may appear as a conversation in which you do not leave yourself behind. It may appear as the decision to sleep, eat, walk, work, or speak before the larger problem has been solved. Do not overlook these moments because they are quiet. Quiet change is still change. The arm does not announce every return of strength. One day, an action that felt impossible becomes slightly easier. One day, the body reaches without thinking about the old restriction. One day, the memory of the cast is present, but it is no longer the first thing that defines the movement. Your inner life can change in this way. One day you realize that another person was upset and you did not make their feeling your identity. One day you remember a painful event and do not spend the rest of the day inside it. One day uncertainty visits and you continue living beside it. One day you understand that you have stopped waiting for permission to belong to yourself. These changes may be so natural that you recognize them only afterward. That is all right. You do not need to watch healing in order for healing to matter. You do not need to document every freer choice. You do not need to turn growth into another performance. Live the movement instead. Use the hand for what is here. Use the voice for what is true. Use the boundary where it is needed. Use support when the weight exceeds what one person should carry. Then stop. Let enough be enough. You are not failing when you leave some energy for yourself. You are not becoming less loving when you refuse an impossible assignment. You are not becoming careless when you wait for facts. You are becoming available to reality rather than exhausted by every possibility. The old covering may remain part of your story. It may explain why you move with care, but it does not need to decide the distance you can travel. Your history can inform you without enclosing you. Your wisdom can protect you without freezing you. Your tenderness can stay tender without being offered to harm. Your calm can remain honest. This is the carried peace that can move with you after these words end. It does not require a silent mind. It does not require a perfect day. It only asks that you return whenever you can to the difference between your part and the whole. Your part is the next honest action. Whole is not yours to command. Your part is the care you can give without disappearing. The whole includes choices, timing, and changes beyond you. Your part is enough. Now the final vow can be quiet. It does not need to sound dramatic. It only needs to be true enough for this moment. I trust the strength beneath old holding. The arm is not the cast. Your life is not the fear that once surrounded it. The protection had a season. The hidden work continued. Movement has returned. You can carry what belongs to you. You can place down what does not. You can remain caring. You can remain clear. You can remain free to choose again. Life is holding you now. The strength beneath you remembers how to move.